Hello and welcome to the Intercontinental Group of Awesome. Just some of my friends from across the globe, that is Earth, in case you're watching this millions of years from now when other planets have been discovered. We're playing tabletop role-playing games. Specifically, this is Apocalypse World, 2nd edition by D. Vincent and Miguel Baker. Of my hardback book, paid extra, so I do that every single time when I bring the book out. It's very annoying to my friends and family. We are playing in a setting called Junk World, which is covered with a giant junkyard. Imagine a planet or a place, a plains, where there's acid rain and all of the trash of American and also global culture dumped here, where these people live among the ruins and the rubble. And we have had character creation in the first session where we established that New Junk City, which is where this is set, is junk is all over. Like, there's a lot of branding here around junk, guys. I'm just saying. What we had was a bit of an establishment. We found out the upper 10 is effectively the hard holder. He's an NPC, so he doesn't have any cool moves. He has an Adobe, which is a word I didn't realize was not well known, but Adobe clay. He had a clay structured house that was built by hand instead of these shanties and shacks that most everyone in New Junk City live in. And he's got a major domo by the name of Haribo, who has a metal plate in his head and wears cool slit glasses like Eskimos because slit glasses are awesome. And Grace, as well as Longshot, had gone to upper 10 because Longshot needed to get paid for working on grip. Now, did he lose a foot, or were you able to save the foot? That was the part I couldn't remember.
Oh no, the foot was, I sawed the foot off. It was unsavable.
Yeah. So does he have a cool prosthetic now? Did you get him?
Yeah, I was thinking of finding him one, but I haven't found anything yet that was suitable.
It's been a week. So if you want to have found him a prosthetic, you have done so. I'm just totally in your hands.
Awesome.
You got some a jingle worth of supplies and a jingle worth of just like medical supplies and a jingle worth of stuff from upper 10 because Grace suggested that you push for more, which you got. And Grace made a deal with upper 10. He wants her to take out Clark, who's the leader of the candy bar gang as far she's the mouthpiece of the gang, and yeah, he considers the candy bar gang a potential benefit for New Junk City if they would just, take orders and patrol the borders and stuff like that. We have Ratfink, our news, who set up an interview with upper 10, but was told by aforementioned Major Domo that all questions would have to be run by Haribo, and he was going to make sure the upper 10 was put in the best light possible. Oh man, that is the best. And would you shoot a horse for this planet? Shit if I know. And so yeah, Ratfink had to go up to West Mountains where Firestone is. Firestone is an area where the children, or anyone that isn't protected by someone, can earn their keep otherwise, are sent up to Firestone, and they're known as scrubber kids. And they take very noxious chemicals and they clean off all of the junk that people pick and scavenge and make them usable by the populace of New Junk City. The effort of doing so means that Western Mountains has a noxious smell. It's very acidic, will burn your eyes, and the minders or overseers will wear gas masks, whereas the kids, they just kind of get used to it. And over time, if they are not lucky or do not have the right protective equipment, the corrosive chemicals will start to wear down their fingers, and often there are scrubber kids with a couple fingers that are stuck together or nubs and the like. Ratfink went up, offered an Energizer bunny to the svelte and sharp and genius Paul Mall. And by svelte, smart, sharp, and genius, I mean the exact opposite of that. One of the overseers who just watches the door, and he grabbed 5 scrubber kids, yanked them down to the former Chuck E. Cheese that is the radio station for Ratfink. And what is the name of your radio station again, Rat? Is it Ratfink Radio or?
Junkrat Radio.
Junkrat Radio. And see, if I forgot Junkrat, my son, who's a big fan of Overwatch, would be very upset. So Junkrat Radio. And yeah, so you were able to secure that interview as long as you got everything clean, and that's what you got the Scrubber kids to take care of for you. Last but not least, we have Father Son, who is currently working for Upper 10 as I don't know, like an embedded journalist kind of, except he's a brainer, so not so much on the journalism with the Candy Bar Gang, and he's supposed to be ingratiating himself for pay, or maybe he has his own his own plots and plans. He was able to, if I remember correctly, we have some puppet strings in Payday. And then he had a brief chat with Zagnut, who's the elder of the gang. Then Clark and the Candy Bars woke up and decided to go out raiding, which is what they do. And they grabbed you, and Clark forced you to come with her, Father Son, and that was the last thing that we saw of you. I mostly blame babies for that, and that's okay. Right? It's totally acceptable to me. But someone needs to take the blame for Father Son not getting much spotlight, and it certainly wasn't my choice. So that's what we have led up to. Before we started recording, someone said we're all okay with highlights, so we are not going to do new highlights for this game session, unless someone changes their mind. Ratfink?
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Oh, it sounds like Ratfink wants to highlight the CMC. I am also a player. I'm going to call new highlights. Let's go ahead and do it. Great. So go ahead and wipe out your highlights, everybody. Look on your character sheet, and a lot of your relationships have changed as a result of last session. So look close and see who you have the highest HX with, and then ask them to look at your stats and tell one they'd like to see you roll this session. If you roll that for whatever move, you get an XP. We will start with Longshot, our angel. Longshot.
Ratfink has the most HX on me.
Let's have a look. I would like you to be cool.
All right.
Cool's a rough one. It's hard to initiate rolls with cool. I'll be nice and say that you need to highlight your sharp as well.
Thank you.
Grace, who highlights you?
Father Son today.
Ah, okay. I mean, cool is the nice one, but let's do sharp, because I'm sure Rich will be nice.
I will be nice and highlight your cool. Ratfink, who highlights you?
We still have a tie between Father Son and Grace. I lost Grace last time, so Father Son.
Okay. Oh, there's a bit of dirt on my screen. It looked like you had a 9 in hard.
I
Oh
do.
my!
That would be useful.
2d6 plus 9. My goodness.
Well, I want to see you doing more of that, talking your way out of or into problems. So let's get some hot.
Hot.
Obviously, you need to highlight weird. Father Son, who highlights you?
I rolled a dice. Let's see which one I actually meant. Ratfink. Because it was a joint between Grace and Ratfink, so I rolled.
Yeah, weird.
All right. Look at all those minuses. I'm going to have you roll hot, because you're probably going to need to talk your way out of some situations, and you might as well get XP for it since you're going to fail. By going to fail, I mean delightfully fail. I am a fan of Father Son, so his failure brings me delight. Wonderful. I have gone to the slapdash work to get you guys some love letters because I promised them last session, and so here they are. I've shared the doc with you. You guys need me to reshare it like directly. I shared the Google Drive. It's not my best work. I'm sorry. I ran out of time. I have a bunch of excuses I could throw out, but I'll just go with I had a whole week. At some point, I could have had it done, and I do not. So I'm sorry. We're going to go in the order that I wrote them, which means that we start with Grace, our battle babe.
All right. Goodness. All right. Cool. So I got an 8.
No, you have to read.
Now I have to read. I actually already read it. Hold on.
You have to read it aloud.
I'm going to read it out loud. Read it out loud. It's been a week since I last took the job from Upper 10. Mont Blanc came and went. He cleaned up my stuff with careful hands. What impressed me the most about his work? Over the past week, the weather has been terrible. Acid rain, thunder, and lightning all day, all night. Some of the shacks have flooded, and folks who can afford it are staying at Pip's bar, buying food or drink whenever he tells them that they're freeloading. So, on an 8, I get 1. I'm not flooded, and the pipe is dry.
Awesome. That means that you are running low on food.
Yep. And I did not actually let Mont Blanc touch my gun.
Your gun needs a cleaning, is what we're saying.
Not really. I already keep it clean myself.
Okay, cool.
But what impressed me about Mont Blanc is I threw him for a loop, and instead of having him clean my gear, I made him help me sew together a ghillie blanket. It's this regular shaped and sized blanket, but there are bits of junk sewn all up in it, and it looks tattered as shit up close, like it's probably multiple layers of fabric. And so if I were to toss it on a junk heap, it would look exactly like the general pattern of random trash and garbage. And if I laid under it, I would look like the general pattern of trash and garbage that's everywhere.
Indeed. Ghillie suit, beloved by snipers everywhere. The battle babe with the big honking scope and a rifle now has one.
Yep.
Oh, Mont Blanc. Oh, the evil that you have perpetrated on the world is delightful.
Yep. He's a good lad. He can sew.
He can. And then that's achieved. That's a reference to a YouTube video. It's just a joke. Sorry.
Okay.
I apologize.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's not even a meme. I'm just a nerd. Okay. Longshot, our angel. You also have a love letter.
I do. And says, Dear Longshot, it's been a week since you got paid by Upper 10 and send Grip packing. You got a bunch of supplies for the work, and hey, if you go to Upper 10's, he'll feed you. Of course, that means the wives and husbands and the guards will all come to ask you about this bad tooth or that ache or pain. Is that a fair trade-off to you? Have you tasted the gumbo? The gumbo is really good. This acid rain and the flooding, it's not good. There's some black lung business going around, people coughing up bits of flesh and blood. Let's see how things are going in this awful weather. Roll sharp. I will do that first. That's a 6 plus something.
Why do we have D4s on the rolling thing?
That's a good question.
To decide between two HXs.
Okay, that's an 8 for me, which is good. On a 7 to 9, you get 1. You've established a quarantine on the Black Lungers and gotten Upper 10 to enforce it. You've picked up a new drug supplier, the Pods. The Pods, they're named Loot, and their prices are cheap. Take 2 barter. Nice. You've tightened the holding's decontamination procedures and gotten Upper 10's gang to abide by them. They hate it, but they're doing it. Oh yeah, totally. We'll do that last one. Yes, I have tightened the holding's decontamination procedures and have gotten people to abide by them, which is funny because they're hilariously degrading.
That is wonderful. Thank you so much.
I think the decontamination procedure is like pressure hosing people while they're naked.
Okay.
And like it's on like on the main square or something. It's like it's
Good times.
horribly degrading procedure I thought up mostly for my own amusement, but also miraculously works.
I enjoy Dirtbag Angel. Just saying.
Oh my goodness. They do hate that. All right. Father, son, our brainer.
Let's unmute myself. Okay, it's been a week and you're ingratiating yourself in with the candy bars, trying to find a way to take them over, or better yet, control them. Let's see what you figured out. Roll plus weird. On a hit. Ask me some questions. Let's see what I can get. A 10.
What? That's awesome. Okay. By the way, don't forget love letters count for stats. So if you have a stat that's highlighted and you roll in a love letter, you do get that.
And it was weird, so yeah, that's yeah. So I get to ask 2. Who's really running the candy bars?
Ooh.
The person who's really running the candy bars is Abba Zaba. The most recent group of prospects that have graduated over the last generation or so, all trained by her. They all look to her for instruction, how to do things right. And while Clark is the mouth of the gang, and she generally gets her way, the majority of the candy bars, because your life expectancy in a candy bar gang, not that long. The majority of them look to Abba Zaba. She rarely puts her foot down, but when she does, they fall in line.
Okay. I get one other. This makes it more interesting then. Why does Clark make sure I ride with her and sleep with the candies?
Clark realizes that you have a lot of power, and she thinks that maybe the two of you can run the gang together. Right? That you're her good luck charm as far as anybody else knows, maybe her lover, but she's seen how some of them look at you, and she thinks, yeah, that's what's needed. She hasn't asked you to go head up on Abba Zaba at this point, but at some point she's probably going to.
I also have a little selection of questions.
You do. You spent a week with these girls, and you're not dead, which means you get to ask them questions and get to know them a little bit.
Which candy bar is in love with me? I don't think it's Clark, because that seems more of a strategic thing that she's trying to. Should we say Payday?
All right, Payday is in love with you.
Yeah. Which one are you going to kill?
Whew.
Who is it who I gave like a brain aneurysm to?
If I remember correctly, that was Zagna, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to kill Zagna.
Yeah, she knows. She knows there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, I need to mess with that. Which one have you fallen in love with? I just have a little look at the end.
Cool. Well, while you're doing that, I'll read out the piece of the love letter for those who aren't looking at it. The candy bars that you know from this time are Clark, the speaker for the gang, the leader as far as anyone knows. Abba Zaba, the trainer of prospects, teaches girls how to ride and fight. Almond Joy, a.k.a. AJ, the girl with the fastest bike and a missing eye. Whatchamacallit, the wild child, the one who's considered the lucky charm for the gang. She's also AJ's lover, like their main squeeze. Zero is the lead mechanic. She fixes stuff when it breaks. Zagnut's the oldest of the candies, wily and cautious. She cleans guns and gear, but doesn't leave the garage. And Payday, recent candy, just finished up being a prospect and killed her best friend to get there.
I'm going to say Abba Zaba.
Ooh, lovely. That's not at all complicated. Thank you.
My pleasure.
And last and unfortunately least, and that's my fault, Ratfinks. We have Ratfinks. Go ahead and read out my shame, sir.
Yes. Paul Mall and those screwy kids cleaned up your place enough for Upper 10 to come by for an interview. Roll plus hot to see how many questions you got to ask off book once you slip by Haribo's clever eyes. On a 7 to 9, ask 1. On a 10 plus, ask 2. These can be any questions you like, and I ran out of time, so take plus 1 XP. Sorry. Hugs and kisses, your MC. Hey, I got XP.
Yay! It saps all wounds. We don't have XP on a miss here, so we have XP when the MC misses. So a 7 I see for Ratfink, and you've got a 2 hot,
No,
so that's a 9.
I didn't roll yet. I was first giving myself the XP.
Priorities.
Let's see. We're all selected. It's an 8 plus 2, so 10.
Nice. If you want some time to think of the questions and ask them, that's fine. If you want to ask one now and ask the other one later, that is okay too.
I'll think about it a bit.
Okay, cool. We do not have any start of session moves for you guys. However, we do have lifestyle. A week has passed, and I want to know: are you willing to spend? Oh yes, this is Grace's finales. So I want to know: do you spend a barter to upkeep your lifestyle? You can spend 2, and then you're living really high on the hog. Spend 1, and you're good to go. If you don't spend any, then I'll have to ask if there's another PC who spends barter to keep you from becoming destitute, impoverished, and really in a world of hurt. So we'll start with Father Son, because he's a brainer and he's got all the jingle in the world.
I want to keep my jingle. I mean, okay, I think it was Zagnut who seemed to be a bit like, yeah, you got to eat. That's your pay. But yeah. Is that the deal that I've done with the people actually in charge?
You still need to spend a barter after that point.
I'll spend the bar.
Okay, cool. Mark it off. You're good to go.
Yeah.
Next, we'll go with Ratfink. You've got 3 mouths to feed, counting yourself, man.
Yep, and I will spend the barter to feed them, but that does mean I'm broke as shit.
Cool. You need a gig to work, don't you?
Yes.
Awesome. That is awesome. I have ideas about that, and we'll talk about it in just a minute. Grace, what about you?
I spend the barter.
Good call. Good call. Last but not least, we have Longshot. Do you spend the barter?
I spend the barter.
Okay, cool. Everybody mark off your barter. Well, let's go ahead and get things out of the way. We are starting off at Pip's Bar, and all of you are there.
Sweet.
That way, I've already answered one of the thorns. Everybody gets to play together. Pip's Bar is jam-packed. Every time you get up from your table, you have to kind of wind your way through and past standing room only. But you guys are all seated around. Now, again, I'm going to try to make sure that I'm not leaving folks behind and making assumptions. Have you guys ever heard of what a railroad spool is?
Nope.
No.
Okay, cool. So imagine like when you sew, you've got the thread is on a spool.
Mm-hmm.
In railroads, they have cables and they have spools that are made out of wood. So
those
imagine
guys.
a barrel, barrel-sized spool.
Yeah.
That's what a railroad spool is like. Most of the tables here are railroad spools.
On
So
the
they
side.
have a rusted and occasionally gnarled metal ring around each of the two wooden spots and a hole in the middle of it where you can lose drinks or dice if you're tossing dice.
Do the metal cables form like seats, like rings of? Or is that
Yes.
chairs?
Sure, that sounds
Okay,
amazing.
okay.
We have some metal cable seats. Those are super comfortable.
Bring your own cushion.
Yeah, and then there are also like workhorse tables where just long slats of corrugated metal are thrown on top of enough things to where it will stand up and not fall over very easily. There is a bar as well. Pip works the bar. There are a few people that he will throw some stuff at, but they mostly work on tips who will be winding around. It is raining outside, so you have that sound of the thunder and the rain pattering down on top of the aluminum roof. But there's some music playing as well. Ratfink, are people listening to Junkrat Radio right now? Is that your music that's playing, or is this live music?
Of course. Wait, am I muted?
What kind of music is playing through Junkrat Radio speakers?
It's Light My Fire.
Nice. Like the Elvis?
No.
No.
The Doors.
The Doors. What did I ask Elvis? Man, it's a good thing that we're like many years from reality, so I can get names wrong and it's not terrible. Okay, awesome. So the Doors, Come On Baby, Light My Fire, playing as the four of you are seated around this spool. Grace, what is it about this railroad spool, like the table where you guys are placed at, that gives you the most advantage looking over the rest of the crowd?
Well, I mean, if it's in a corner area, then I can see everybody. Or it's up on a heightened area inside the building, like maybe this area had a stage and this is one of the stage tables. Or I have a really good view of behind the bar. It's one of those awkward positions.
Why don't we combo two of those? You're up on the stage. Like there's a couple of steps that go up to the stage area. No live music playing because we've got Junkrat Radio and the not Elvis Doors. But it's also, the stage is kind of sideways. It's near the back and right beside the bar as well. Unfortunately, Pips does not have bathrooms. You have to go outside to relieve yourself, which with acid rain, yeah. How's that going as far as the cleanliness of no active latrine, long shot? Are you? Yeah, how are you handling that?
It's disgusting. I think like because people don't want to go outside, there's like the little the door that goes to the outside and the back, and people have just been using that as a latrine, so it just it's
Nice. Bizarre story reminds me. It reminds me of when wife and I used to live in Minnesota, and it was about 20 below. And even though we bought these stupid little booties for our dogs at the time, and it'd take like 10 minutes because they did not like them. Put the booties on them, they still would not go out into the snow to use the bathroom. They just wanted to like step onto the snowy deck, pee, and come back.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the worst. It's totally the worst. It's akin to what's going on here. Ratfink, you need a gig, right? Pip doesn't need popularity at this point. He is overflowing. But he comes over to, he backs out of the bar, has somebody watch over. He comes over to where you are seated with everybody else. And he says, hey, this music's not so bad, Raffink.
Of course not.
Listen, hey.
It's not good radio.
Yeah.
Soak it up.
Listen, hey. Listen, there's too many people here. Not enough paying customers. Once you find some place, these guys can all go and then advertise it. You do that, feed you free rest of the month or a barter. I got jingle. Swimming in jingle, but I'm getting to eat out of house and home here. With all these scalawags. So something, I don't know, set up a clinic, I don't know, with her. He taps your handlebar. Long shot.
I like the feeding a bit. But, I mean, Junkrat Radio doesn't just run on just me. I have my people.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if we want to keep Junkrat Radio running and keep telling the good folks of where they should go eating, maybe we need the other people to also have some food in their stomachs.
All right, let's see if
on
you
the radio right now.
see if you can manipulate it a little bit to get some more jingle for your other. Keep them fed as well.
Boop, boop, boop. No.
Awesome. So you're rolling hot, and if I remember correctly, that is high lit for you.
Yes, it is. So I think I roll over.
I think you do too. All right. Nah, can't do it. Can't do it. I mean, unless...
Can I reach over and, like, touch his hand?
You can.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to in-brain puppet strings him.
Terrible. I love it. Awesome. Yeah, so he starts off, can't do it. But maybe if, and then he stops, touch his hand,
Yeah,
and I
exactly
assume
right.
you're going to be rolling plus weird.
Yeah.
So let's see.
That's a 5 plus my 2 weird.
That's kind of terrible.
That's a 7. I do maths. Yeah, 7.
All right.
Um,
7. Well, let's see. With your 7 in-brain puppet strings,
Hold 1.
you hold 1. What is the command you plant?
That seems like a good idea, Father Son.
So he says, but maybe you can...
Let the beat.
He looks at you, Father Son. Sure. It's just 3 mouths. That's fine.
Like, Redfink is sort of like, okay, good. Pleasure doing business with you. I'll make sure that and then like looks over to Father Son and goes like, yeah, I'll make sure that will have a good jingle up for you as soon as possible.
Yeah, I just nod.
And so we're clear. I'm imagining that Deb is the person that's running music back at Junkrat Radio. Is that what you had in your head? Okay, cool. But Brick's here, fades in the background, stays near enough to where he can step in and help out. sometimes belatedly. Good. All right. Pip's good enough with that. He heads back behind the bar, gets back to work. What do you do?
Who's that question?
Is that to everyone?
Got it, everybody.
Any of
I'm
us?
sorry. I
This is so unscripted, you guys.
No, wait, hold on. We're gonna make die rolls. Let's do more. Give me 20 minutes, and I'll get more love letters. And, okay, more like 25. You guys are here at Pip's bar. I can throw stuff your way unless there's a conversation to be had. There's a lot going on, from love letters.
I think Longshot was very excitedly telling everyone about her new contamination measurements with like great visceral excitement.
And then father son did his thing, and like I'm not sure if she's the only one, but Longshot like takes her hands off of the table just to make sure there would be no accidental way to have skin contact with father son, and sort of puts her hands.
Yeah. As you're kind of finishing that story, I was like, look, she was like, I will not be hosed down. The sun spoke to me.
Well, just make sure the acid rain doesn't also speak to you then.
The sun's still up there.
So how did you convince our good man to do the thing he obviously did not want to do?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He was about to say no, and you touched his hand.
Yeah, no, that was weird.
And then he said yes.
Sometimes people change their mind.
I've held hands with people. That usually doesn't change their mind.
Maybe you're doing it wrong.
Apparently. I thought you were going to say something prophetic about the sun.
In time.
So how come you're writing with the candy bars? Because are you getting in touch
Would you
with your
prefer
family?
to, if you wanted safety, would you choose someone else?
I was just wondering if you were getting in touch with your feminine nature.
I think a slight smile.
I'm not sure if I would choose safety that I would write with them. I mean, if you say the wrong word,
It's not going to end well.
Is that a new development, or is there a recruiting going on for just asking?
You want a position?
No.
I'm sure I could ask them.
No, I'm good.
I don't
Word.
I don't think Red Fink has the prerequisites.
I'm sure they could fix that.
I could fix that. Grace could join. You could become a candy bar.
I guess I could. What do you think? Candy bar name's a good look for me?
You would need a candy bar name, but I don't know.
All right, if I was a candy bar, what candy bar would I be?
Flake?
That's not a candy bar.
I've seen one.
I ain't stupid.
I'm gonna say you're a bounty. You look exotic. I love the look you've got going on there. Love the hat.
Thanks. I take mine off and sort of tap the top and inspect it. Gonna have to oil her down again.
I glance outside the window again and frown at the kind of darkness of the acid rain.
Like a lightning flare across the red clouds.
So, Rich, as I'm sort of shooting the shit and people watching, who in particular is here in Pip's bar? I know it's sort of everybody's in here who doesn't have their own roof.
Mm-hmm.
But is there any interesting tensions rising? Pip's trying to get people out of here.
He's definitely trying to get what he considers the freeloaders out. Yeah.
Our news person has just taken on the task of trying to advertise people their way out. I'm curious how that's going to work out.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's going to advertise to get them out.
Radfink, do you have like a little personal radio for you and your team?
No, I have to run back to the studio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Brick suggested the idea of a personal recorder, but Radfink dismissed that. That's not how it works.
But I'm going to finish my drink.
Cool. So as far as interesting things that are going on, there are a number of upper tens people that are here, mostly to keep the peace. It's a thing that upper 10 will do, try to keep any fights from breaking out. And there are no candy bars that have come to Pips. They come from time to time, but they're not here right now. Just Father Son showed up on his own.
Who is it? The one that was sitting on the roof with me? Miles.
Yes, Miles is here if you want him to be here.
Oh, God, no.
Need to add
I think you might follow me around a bit.
Yeah, Miles shows up. He comes in. Looks around. A bowler now. He found it.
Choo-choo.
He comes around to look at and see if there are no cable chairs. There are no chairs anywhere. So he just stands beside you, Father Son.
Go sit over there. I just gestured to like far corner.
But I can. There's no chair.
I look him dead in the eyes. Just stare at him. Do I need to go further than that?
I don't know. Do you need to go further than that? Are you going to go further than that? He does not want to leave. He's not being openly defiant. He's just looking for a better option. Like, give me option number 3. I can stand here. I do not want to stand in the corner.
I'm just imagining him getting passed around the table as he tries to stand next to different PCs.
He'll come stand there next to the taciturn Grace, between Grace and Longshot, because they're nice. He assumes. Are you done with that? The food?
Don't touch my food.
But if you're done, is it still yours?
There's only one way you're getting that food.
What way is that?
Over my dead body. Or shoved in your eyes.
There's 2 ways.
I'm bad at counting.
I'll play cards with you for it.
All right.
No, I'm slightly interested, so I'm letting this play out.
I scoop up the solitaire spread one-handed, sort of tap, split the deck one-handed, riffle it 3-4 times. Put it forward to him to cut.
Nice. He's doing that thing that people who are about to lose their money on 3-card Monty do, where they're watching the cards very quickly, like he could actually keep up. You ask him to cut. He looks at you for a second until you explain it, and then he will cut deck.
Mm-hmm. And then I, with the deck in my hand, because he clearly doesn't know any better, and I can just get away with it without trying. And deal us 2 different hands. In the meantime, I immediately begin to cheat by seeding cards by sneaking them under the table and sticking them between the wood slats of the railroad spool.
Cool. I'd just like to point out that so far Grace has played 2 games and cheated at both. Pinball and now cards.
Yep.
Miles looks at his cards, kind of leans over towards you, long shot, shows them to you. It's good, right? It's good, right? You're muted, Jules. And I can't hear you through yawn, so I can't hear you at all.
Sorry.
I was also muted.
You're good, right?
Good enough.
All right. I bet this bowler puts the hat down.
All right, well, hat
Good
for
for
hat.
keeping the rain off. Oh. I like the hat. I'll look good in the hat. I'll look good.
You look great.
Great.
Well,
So you guys playing? Is this poker? Is this blackjack? What is it?
it's poker.
Okay, cool. Nice. So you beat him, right?
No,
I assume.
it's terrible. He's like, cool, here are my cards. And it's like 5, 6, 10, 10.
I got matches.
That's nice.
Those are the same.
I have 2 aces and 2 kings.
Those are those are lower. That only has 1 on it.
They're
Says-
better.
It says 10 on it. Father son. These has 10 on it.
I'm getting bored of Miles. He's not a fun follower to have.
These have 10 on it. He holds up the 2 10s. That only has
I'm
1s
like-
on it. This is better, right?
Hold my hand on his face. Command, go stand in the corner.
Okay. He puts the 10s down. He will now head to the corner because he has
He's
lost
like
his
just
hold.
brain command.
Brain command? Like, are you puppet stringing him?
If I have to, I don't mind. It's
Well, let's see.
okay. Yeah, I'll put it up on the screen.
You don't have to put a label. You can actually just roll 2 dice.
Right,
Move in
11.
Oh my lord!
What do I get for a really good roll? I don't know.
I think you get the same you get for a bad roll. No, I'm joking. It's in puppet strings. 10 plus. Hold 3.
Whew.
You can spend hold 1 for 1 to inflict 1 harm AP. You could kill him on the spot right now.
I mean, can I inflict 1 harm and not kill him? Is that enough? Yeah, 1 harm and.
Yeah, he blinks and then see the little 11 from Stranger Things nosebleed happen,
Mm-hmm.
and puts his hand on the table and steps back for a second.
Don't say a word. No.
And he starts to walk away, and then he coughs a little bit, and you recognize that cough. Long shot.
Uh-huh.
You've heard that
What?
rattling cough from people before. Your quarantine should have taken care of this.
Yeah, my
He's
quarantine
heading
was
to the
not so
corner.
good. I was too excited about the decontamination. I was like, what the fuck? And I run after him.
Okay.
I'll
He's
just grab him by his collar and go like, you're coming with me. Should have been in quarantine a long time ago.
People should stop leaving quarantine. That's not what quarantine is about.
With that yell across the bar.
Yes.
I kind of wipe my glove on my robes after that outburst.
his quarantine is on board.
Redfig is sort of looking around and going like, well, I guess I have some more questions to ask Upper 10.
I'm taking you past decontamination first, damn it! And I drag him off.
Okay, you drag off Miles. His only question is there food there? Deanna, what is it?
You'll see. I advise you keep your mouth shut. But
Plug your nose, boy.
yeah.
All right. He'll head off with you. Good. So, yeah, Longshot has left the three of you. And Rafink, you've got a bunch of questions it looks like you have lined up. You can do some hot interviews here.
I also need to go back to my studio.
Yeah, you do. You need to rally some people to the cause of leaving Pip's bar.
Yes.
I move a hand towards Ratfig, but then kind of stop a little bit before touching him.
Yeah, I think Brick starts to get nervous when you reach for him.
You wanted a question.
One of these days, I would like to talk on your radio.
What would you like to talk about on the radio? Is it going to be interesting? Is it going to be fun? Is it going to be exciting?
A great burning ball of fire in the sky.
Yes, there's the sun. Yes.
Are you not continually
It's not
excited
exciting.
about this?
No. No.
Then I
it's-
need to
mean,
speak. So people will be.
you know what? You can give me that pitch, but make it quick. Because so far you haven't got my attention yet, and
You don't have to eat here for a month for free.
I kind of it's right around the corner. It's kind of convenient.
It can be free for the month, or it can not be free for the month.
Huh? No, that's already established. Look, I'm going to now do my work for the pay that I'm expecting, which is getting that food for free for a month. And
I do a
you
little bit
you
of
help
a-
me with that immensely.
Can I do a is it manipulate for the idea of taking away the kind of brain trigger that I gave that guy? What's the bartender called?
Pip.
Oh.
Pip, yeah. I insinuate a bit more heavily.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll... Yeah, and some bonus. -1.
Nice.
So 7.
Wait. Oh, it was 6. Dang, I thought it was a 5 and a 2. I was getting excited that I had a move there. A golden opportunity. So with a 7, that means you
I
can.
could do an opposing roll.
You could. You could HX him, or you can offer this a manip, right? So it would be carry to the stick. No. It is, it's carry to the stick, but the stick is way harsher in second edition.
I saw that. I think I'd feel bad doing that, so I think I'd
Yes.
until you fuck
But it's
with me,
only
then
if if they say yes, it's fine. You're good. It's really they're asking for it, right? There you go. It's not your fault that they chose not to do what you ask very nicely. You could do the stick. You should do the stick. I think the stick's the best.
Okay, it's the stick.
What?
I mean, it's technically what I'm doing to you anyway in story, so might as well go with the fiction.
Awesome. If you refuse, then you have to erase one of your highlighted stats for the remainder of the session.
Yeah, and it's heavily implied I will puppet string that guy, and he's not going to give you food for a month. And you'll die.
Maybe I can give you like a 5-minute slot. How's that? 5 minutes of the glorious sun? Yeah?
That's all I ask.
All right. Good. Well, I have to go back to my studio.
Enjoy
Thanks
your
for
day.
talking, I guess. And I'll see you around, how about tomorrow? I already have someone booked for tonight, so.
The night doesn't do well for me.
Okay, so late afternoon then.
Noon.
Well, that's when I'll be having some food here.
Noon.
So. No, just afternoon. Right after lunch. See you tomorrow.
Oh, Father Son being unreasonable gives me life. Is that wrong?
I go back to my studio, and like as soon as the first song ends, I come out on the radio, and it's like, so are you looking for work? Do you not know what to do for yourself? I've heard a rumor from Father Son that the candy bars are recruiting, maybe.
God.
And that's my pitch to get some people out of the bar.
Oh, the worst. Oh, that's good. Okay, cool. It sounds like you're trying to rally to the cause. Talking passionately.
Yes. Let's see. There we go. Oh wow! I didn't know I could roll even lower.
That's a 3. I see a 3.
Yeah, +2, so
Hey,
5.
A 5.
But hey, I'm raking up the XP at least, not because of failed rolls, but because of lots of hot rolls.
Oh, that's so good. Sweet. So you rush out. Longshot is taking miles to decontamination or deanimation and then quarantine. And Ratfink, you take off to go rally people to the cause on air. We hear that being piped in over the speakers at Pips as the makeshift double doors entrance to Pips swing open, and in walks the majority of the candy bars. Now, it's acid rain outside. It burns your eyes. It can actually cause a lot of skin irritation, welts, and the like. And they have declared it to be Skins Night, evidently, because the dozen of them that walk in, their hair is wet, but none of them are shirking away from the rain. And they walk in. A lot of them are armed with machetes, hand axes, a few pistols, a couple shotguns. And Clark sees your table, Father Son. Hey, guess what? Remember that whole standing room only thing? And like, hey, everybody takes every seat. When Ratfink and Longshot like leave those chairs, nobody sits in them. For some reason, still a couple empty chairs at your table, Father Son. It's probably Grace. They're scared of Grace. But it doesn't seem that the candy bars are scared of Grace because they are parting the Red Sea. People are getting the hell out of their way. And Clark is making a beeline right for you, Father Son. Now, did you tell them that you were coming to Pips?
No.
You just went?
I just went. I just left.
Cool. And they're coming in, and AJ and Watcha, they kind of turn their heads up when the speaker is blaring and rapping, saying, hey, recruiting for the candy bars. You might be interested. And one of the guys who's an overseer part-time up at West Mountains, he like rolls up and he starts to take off his shirt and he makes this like drunken joke about, come on, I'll be your candy. This is not going to go well, father, son. This is not going to go well, Grace. What do you do?
So, in a trademark show of ungracefulness, I take what's left on my plate and I'm just like,
Gonna be smoke 'em if you got a moment. Yes, okay.
Yep. And then let's see, standing room only. I've got a good vantage to the exit. I really feel like I want to do a dick move here.
I like that. That sounds amazing.
So I'm going to stand up, tuck my cards away in my jacket, pat my seat to give it up to somebody. And then I'll start filtering through the crowd as soon as somebody takes me up on the offer. And like do that thing where you go from somebody's blind spot to somebody else's blind spot and sort of drift behind people and shift as they turn. And I'll even like flick people's hands or arms to make them look certain ways because people react to that unconsciously. Mm-hmm. And you said one of the overseers from the mountain, huh?
Yeah.
Nice. I'm going to try and get beside or behind him and just throw a chain around his neck and drag him to the ground.
That's lovely. I think that you should do something under fire here, right? Okay. Because you're going to move in, you're going to try to get the drop on the guy, and you're kind of suckering someone, but I also see you moving around, circumventing what the candy bars are, whatever they're trying to establish here. So I like doing something under fire. You okay with that?
I'm good with that.
Didn't think you'd mind, but I wanted to make sure.
I do not. Ding.
Is that boxcars I see?
Boxcars.
Wow. So father, son, Grace seems to disappear. She moves through the crowd like someone dancing between raindrops. People just almost catch sight of her, but she is just a whisper. She is a ghost.
She's also kind of short.
She's also short, which helps. Sometimes she disappears behind shoulders. She's not wearing the hat, and that's a giveaway. Then all of a sudden, this guy, who we're going to call Heinz, like the ketchup, he has a chain around his neck, and he is on the ground. This is a concrete ground. It's like poured concrete. Mm-hmm. You slam him to the concrete. What do you do? Because you've got him dead.
I choke him out till he's dead.
Fuck yes.
I put my foot on his chest and he gurgles and I'm just like, shh, it'll all be over very soon.
Yeah, what does father son do? You see this happening.
I think once the strangling begins, I get maybe an idea of what she's doing. I'm not exactly sure why she might want to be recruited or if that's what exactly is happening, but I think my play is to actually get in. I start striding forward, like, yeah, I knew this was going to happen. Yeah, this is, yeah.
I give father son a look. If he gets within 2 arms lengths of me, he's in trouble.
Yeah, I stop a respectful distance.
Father son's smart. unreasonable at times.
Well, Rat Pink isn't going to, like, snap my arm off and shove it down my throat, so...
This guy, he puts up a good fight. He doesn't actually land anything on you, but he wiggles around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a bit, and you see shadows around you. And the sound of his gurgling, at first it's louder than the patter of the rain above and the thunder. And then it gets quieter and quieter until finally you've choked him out, cut off all access to his windpipe. Gosh, the long shot would be so disappointed. This guy had like a hangnail or something that she fixed a few days ago. And the shadows around you are the candy bars. And it's quiet, right? People are a little freaked out, unsure. You hear like, is that Heinz? Shit. And so doors open up. A few people start to filter out, braving the acid rain for whatever's about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's gone. And you see the candy bars around you. What do you do?
As soon as I'm sure he's gone, I loosen up the chain, sort of loop it around, and like, It's dry, so I put it back where I found it. I don't like it when men make a display of themselves.
It's awesome because all the candy bars are currently topless. Like, that is their thing to goad people into doing stupid things so they can have whatever bullshit excuse they want to hurt
fight.
them. Kind of
Yeah.
like you just did. Yeah. Clark, she says, well, holy shit.
What, you never seen a man die before?
Not that well. Who are you? I'm Clark.
My name's Grace. I'm from out east.
You are the cleverest girl I have ever seen. So I hear we're recruiting, evidently.
Does that
AJ.
mean you...
Go ahead.
Does that mean you want me to take my shirt off?
Oh, hell yes, I do.
And what's that worth to you?
She lets that hang in the air for a minute. She says, AJ, go pay Ratfink a visit. Take Watcha. Break shit. Why don't you come over to our garage? I'll show you what it's worth to me.
All right.
Come on, son. And they'll start to head out the bar. What do? Father, son?
And this is into the acid rain.
Yes.
I and just gesture to the rain.
Clark smiles. What? You too pretty for that? The sun's okay, but a little rain? Figure it out, son. And she heads for the door.
Is Payday with them?
Yeah. She looks at you nervously. You should come.
And the rain?
I toss him the bowler.
Nice.
I catch it awkwardly.
I even
Just
do that
like,
I do that asshole thing where like I roll it down my arm and then I pop it off of my bicep.
Nice.
I do the kind of very like, oh, what?
I love it.
But I'm not happy about this, but this seems to be shit hasn't landed on my head for the Ratfink thing. So yeah, this seems a reasonable turn of events.
Nice.
So,
All right. So if you head out into the acid rain, reasonably prepared, you take harm 0, which means you just need to roll the harm move plus 0.
Thank you.
You want to roll low, father son.
I don't know which ones are my newest dice. I think it's 3 and 6. I got 5 last time, didn't I?
So a 2 and a 6?
Oh, yeah, got 2 and 3.
Are we looking at the same dice? Am I blind again? Oh, there they are. Oh, why are they? Oh, okay. Here's what I recommend you do, Alex.
Yeah.
You see the 2, the 5, and the 6 underneath father son?
Yeah.
Just click those 2 until there's an orange box around them.
Yep.
And you can click the green button, reroll selected. Just reroll those dice.
Okay, 6 and 3.
Okay. So it's plus 0.
Shit.
Yeah, you don't want to roll well. I was like, why? You sound happy. Why are you happy?
It took me a second. Well, it's MC's choice.
Yep. I'm going to roll with, roll for your party likes. Actually, I think it likes, well, I don't have any problems with Chrome. I've never had a problem with roll for your party other than occasionally there's a slight delay.
I can't have it do anything in Chrome. I can't highlight and select dice. I can't move anything. Like
I'm in Chrome and just selected
you're on your laptop, right? Not an Apple product because Google stuff and Apple stuff never.
No, I'm using my fancy new webcam and my nice mic. All my good shit.
Nice. Weird. Okay, so yeah, you get that harm 0, and Grace, you have like a leather duster and a hat. I think you're good.
Mm-hmm.
You're good. So I'm going to choose. You miss noticing something important, father son.
Uh-oh.
As you put on the bowler, you just squint against the acid rain. Payday puts her arm around you to kind of guide you. And the candy bars, they fucking stroll towards the garage out of Pips. And they really don't act like this acid rain is anything other than an annoyance. What do you do, Grace, when Clark throws her arm around your neck? Not to choke you, by the way, just swiftly.
Nothing. I lean into it.
Nice.
So, tell me more about Clark's body.
All right, Clark is. Let's see. You said you're short. How short do you? And I'm sorry, my European friends, but I'm going to ask for the British standard of measurement stuff, not centimeters. I'm terrible. I've tried, not very hard, but occasionally I think about it. How tall is Grace?
She's like 5'2", 5'3".
Okay, Clark's a little bit taller. Clark's about 5'5", which doesn't make her tall. In fact, if you look in the NPCs, you can see that she is, a couple inches shorter than Zero and AJ, as well as Watcha. Watcha and AJ, by the way, they don't stroll. They take off at a jog towards Junkrat Radio and Ratfinks.
Huh. Yeah, well, I mean, they've got farther to go, don't they?
Yeah. Abba Zabba's about your height, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Payday is too. Yeah, so Clark's just a few inches taller than you. She throws her arm around you. You actually feel across your neck that there's rain slick wetness, there is something slathered on her. You would imagine that they have some kind of salve or something they use.
Yeah, I'll trace a finger over her arm, and then I'll sniff it when she's not looking.
Cool. It is definitely some kind of oil that they have, and it seems like it protects their skin.
Nice.
And she will lead you toward the Candy Bar Clubhouse. So let's cut away from that to check in on our wonderful long shot, who's taking care of the people. And by the people, I mean Miles. So you run off, and let's take a look here. I think, long shot, you don't appear to be particularly geared up for the acid rain. Is that right?
No, not if you look at my picture. I'm not geared up for anything.
Yeah, so I need you to give me that harm move plus 0.
Okay, I need to get some gear. Roll a 7.
Okay, on a 7 to 9. Yeah, I get a choice. Grabbing Miles, keeping hold of him, and as you're taking him towards, basically, we'll say the markets where you have things set up to hose people down, he takes off. Like, he figures out what's going on. He's like, no, you're not going to wet me down. He takes off running. What do you do?
I run after him.
Awesome. You give him a merry chase?
Yes.
Sweet. You are running through the acid rain, chasing after Miles. He's like stomping into mud puddles and splashing with just irritating acidity. So give me an act under fire as you try to run your way on this merry chase.
Act under fire. Oh, yay. My cool is highlighted. Woo.
I know, right? Don't you just love rolling cool?
That's a 6 plus something. Yeah, 7.
A 7. All right. You act under fire. You roll plus cool, and you do something under fire. And a 7 to 9, you flinch, hesitate, or stall. I can offer you a worse outcome, a hard bargain, or an ugly choice. Yeah.
Making an ugly choice.
You like ugly choices, though. Why should I please you?
It's my pick, apparently. I mean, ugly choice.
Sweet. So if you take a look at the map, Area 4 is Pip's bar, and not far away from that is the Candy Bar Garage. I am going to say that he runs off as you're leading him towards to the market stalls, Upper 10's place, that he is going to run through the stalls. He's running straight up to Upper 10's.
Okay.
He's doing it as if that is a place of safety for him.
I don't think Upper 10 will be too pleased with plague carriers in his nice little place. So actually,
that's some angle you're not aware of.
That's true. Is he actually running into Upper 10's?
Yep.
Okay. Well, then I'll stop chasing him very, very quickly because I know where he is anyway. And I'll walk up there quietly, at peace.
Awesome. So you'll be walking up that way, and we'll go ahead and we'll take a break here. We're going to do a quick bio break. We've been at this for an hour and a half-ish. And so let's take 5 to 7 minutes so someone can get cake. I'm jealous. And the rest of us can get something. I don't know. See you guys in a few.
We're on a bio break now. Things are going pretty well.
Pretty good and didn't have lots of cake. It was
So my son found out from a friend at school that there is this Oreo O's, like cereal that is made to taste like Oreos.
Uh-huh.
The candy, the
Uh-huh.
cookie.
So now you're eating cereal from the box.
Have a bowl.
From a ball. You didn't add milk though. I mean, come on, you should just go, like, if you're going there, just go from the box.
No, my son eats from that box too. I'm not that mean. Okay. Let's pick up at Rathink's place, because something's coming.
No.
Sweet. Okay. So Rathink, you rally some people to the cause, right? Did we have you rally people to the cause, or when you made that broadcast, right?
Yeah. Didn't go very well, did it?
Yeah. It didn't go terribly well, if I remember correctly. Right? Rolled a 5, right? Yeah, it goes awesome. So you're broadcasting away. Deb's taking a break. She's been at it for a little bit. Her voice starts to get hoarse. And then the front door busts open to your place. Now, this is a converted Chuck E. Cheese, right? Or is it just a area that happens to have a Chuck E. Cheese?
It's part of what used to be a Chuck E. Cheese. It's still a small shack. I mean, I didn't take the upgrades for a bigger place. So.
Okay, cool beans. Door busts open, and a couple of candy bars come in. One of them has a shotgun, sawed-off shotgun. The other has a machete. The girl with the machete, I don't know. Have you ever interviewed whatchamacallit before?
No.
You know, it's whatchamacallit and AJ, short for Almond Joy. AJ's got the shotgun. And she says, "Hey, Rathink."
I like go, "Hey!" And I try to like sort of lean in on my button to broadcast.
Nice. Yeah, you could be broadcasting this. And Brick, he is there, right? But he's a brass knuckles guy. You've got the silenced millimeter. He does not have a gun. But he's going to interpose himself. He's not moving up on them in a threatening way as much as, hey, I'm in his way.
Yes.
AJ says, "You need to stop."
Stop what?
Spreading the candy bars you're recruiting.
Oh.
Or selective.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's
That
an
was
application process.
I'm sorry, that was totally misinformation from Father Sundan. He was saying that that you were recruiting and hey, sorry, I thought because I heard that he was close to you guys, so I figured he would have the right information.
She looks over at Watcha, and Watcha says, "Father Son told you that."
Yes.
Motherfucker. Wow.
So we're good?
AJ points to the Chuck E. Cheese. "I'm taking that head. It's mine." Watch says, whoa. He's got a bunny.
Actually,
Give away that bunny. Where's the bunny?
The bunny the bunny is over at what's it called again? Hold on. The West Mountains.
That's too far.
So it's with the cleaning crew. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Watcha walks in. She has her little machete. There's like a little rail to the ball pit, and she just does this thing where she glides the machete along the top of it, so it goes like cling, 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 cling sound. She taps it a couple times. See, Clark told us to come in here and wreck a bunch of shit, but I don't want to have to do that. That's too much effort, you know?
Yeah. I
might break a sweat. You know, when I break a sweat, it makes me cranky. You know how women are, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
ting, ting.
I'm like heavily leaning on the broadcast button. Like, why would you? I'm just trying to make an honest living.
She looks over at AJ and she goes, you know, I'm like cramping hardcore. I'm fucking menstrual right now. God, I could just go crazy.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Crazy we are, right? It's that time of the month. What are you going to do, Ratfink? I hate to burn this fucking place to the ground.
Well, I would hate that too. I'm sure that everyone in New Junk City would hate that.
I don't know about that.
Like leaving a pause in there. I'm sort of going like, this is great. Like the ratings are going to go through the roof.
Brick says, and he has no idea that you guys are recording, right? Because it's Brick. He picks up on some stuff. At least go out of here, right? I hate to have a fight. We kind of like fights.
Well, I mean,
it's not a deterrent.
Hey, I mean, how maybe you want to put a good word in for the. Maybe you want to explain. We have some time. If you want, you can come and explain the actual recruiting process, and then you can clarify that it's not Father Son that tells people how you recruit.
Sure. And she Watcha points to Brick and then points to Deb. Which one of them dies? Your choice.
Wait, what?
We're bartering. I'm killing one of them for the interview, before the interview. But that's what you get. You get an interview. And you get to live.
What was the first thing that pointed again? Because I heard Brick, but the other thing?
Well, Brick or Deb. Brick or Deb. I know Deb, she's got a nice voice. She's really smart. Brick, not so smart. He's not really handsome either. He's kind of ugly. He's useful.
Look, nobody needs to die. We can.
Nobody needs to die, but they do.
No. Didn't you say that you got orders to
whacks the machete on the rail? This is not how we bargain.
Oh, but you said that you needed to like. Didn't you say that
you choose? It's too much. I can't do math.
You were saying that. How about you were interested in the head of the bunny, the
shotgun,
the head of the Reds. You were going for the head of the Red, right? That's fine.
Where's the fucking bunny? Where's the bunny? AJ says. She pulls up the shotgun.
You don't have it. If you want the bunny, I can get it back for you. I'm sure.
Give me a manipulate roll.
Yes. Come on, don't fail me now. Jesus
Please
Christ.
fail.
7.
Okay, it looks like you rolled a 5.
7. So.
Right, you adjusted up to a 7.
Yes.
Cool. There's a long pause. AJ sitting there with her shotgun. She aims it down and pulls the trigger. And it blows Brick's right leg clear off.
Fuck.
Falls to the ground, groaning in pain. You see his leg fall a few seconds later. They turn and they walk out.
I start shouting in the microphone. We have a medical emergency at the studio here. Please, someone help us. And then I start and then I let go. like basically there's just going to be static on the radio, and I'm going to try and help Brick.
Cool.
as much as I can.
So we cut to the loudspeakers as Longshot is looking out over Upper Tens, where Miles has run in past Haribo, and Haribo looks out because, like, why the hell is Miles running? But he doesn't do anything. You hear the loudspeakers of Junkrat Radio and a little bit of an altercation at the radio station, and then you hear the shot ring out, Longshot, and Ratfink's screaming for help. What do you do?
Fine. I like. Oh, there's probably still some shacks around here. I take one of the shacks that's probably been abandoned by now and take off the sail, and just like rip off the sailing, and I just wrap it around myself, and then I start scrunching back to the radio
Cool.
station.
You can not look as awesome as you normally do.
No, I do not look at awesome at all, and I'm really pissed about it.
You're wearing a tarp hoodie of
And
some
I will
kind.
take it out on Brick, but
Nice. So you'll be
and
heading.
whoever had the audacity to get shot now.
Nice. We'll catch up with you in just a sec. You make your way to Candy Bar Clubhouse, as they call the garage. And Clark has a couple of the prospects roll up the garage door, and all the girls pile in. They've moved everything except for the trucks. They've moved everything inside. The acid rain will start to eat away at stuff that was Zero's orders. And Clark still has her arm around your neck, but she slides it off. And she says, hey, Grace, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what do you want? What are you after? Got good gear, nice weapons, clean, smart.
Well, what I'm really in town for is some wheels. Maybe a good lead on a Volt.
Wheels we got.
Hmm.
We know where Vault is.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Yeah. But it's occupied.
That's interesting.
Yeah, there's a gang. They call themselves the Wendies.
Mm. All girl or different?
Oh, different. Real different.
Hmm.
You never seen their signs, the Golden Arches?
Mm-mm.
They're not good.
Hmm.
Not good at all.
Hmm. I only just got in town a couple weeks ago. You're going to have to bring me up to speed.
Just come into town. You haven't run into the Wendies? That's good. Where'd you come from? What direction? West?
East.
East. You travel through the pods then? Okay. Good. Listen, we only give wheels to candy bars.
Mm-hmm.
You got a prospect.
Hmm.
It's rules.
Hmm. I only like certain things. I don't roll the dice unless I know the number ahead of time. Nothing personal.
Sure. You got to blood in.
Hmm.
Tell you what. I'll let you jump prospecting, take a candy name, get your wheels, take out Haribo.
Hmm. I'll see what I can do.
So, you mentioned something about skins night.
I did.
The girls have all, like, a couple of them are sitting on rides. Some of them kind of dropped into couches. They're listening to the radio. You get to hear the screaming and the shotgun blast, and a couple of the girls laugh at that. Father, son, you get drug in here too. You get to hear Clark's conversation. What are you doing?
I think I'm I whisper to Payday that I need to talk to her.
To Payday? Yeah,
Mm.
sure. She grabs your hand. She'll lead you off into one of the rooms.
I check that we're alone.
Yeah, she does too. And she starts to kiss you. What do you do?
I put a non-gloved hand to her lips to and just pause her.
She
You do that, I'm in
eases
danger here.
No. No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Zagnut.
What do you mean, Zagnut? Zagnut doesn't leave the garage. She's just here for cleaning. She's old. She can't even ride. Bad hip. No good. We're
She
good.
has knives. She has guns. She could turn people against me.
I won't let her.
What will you do?
Talk. Zagnut says
Okay.
you're bad. I'll shut her up.
How? She'll try again. I definitely think I'm manipulating to
All right.
permanent.
Just to straight up manipulate, not even in brain puppet stringing. Let's see how it goes. Now, your leverage is that she's in love with you. If you
Yeah.
fail, she'll come to question it.
Okay, what's my hot?
Your hot is not
Nice one.
a big one.
I'm doing it.
Do it. And it's a 6 minus 1, a 5.
Always mess with their brain. Never.
Go ahead, mark an XP.
Yeah, it did.
She says, you want me to kill her?
It's the only way for me to be safe.
What do I get? Give me a kid.
Pardon?
Make a baby with me.
I think I can't help a slight kind of like. Ugh. But the idea,
I'm clean. No. You don't love me? You don't give me a baby? No. Zagnut hates you? Fine. That's fine. I hate you. She reaches for the door. She's going to leave. What do you do?
I grab her hand.
With which hand?
The violating one.
Okay. Cool. So you grab her hand. We're going to cut back out to the garage. You just heard a couple of candy bars go into Junkrat Radio and shoot somebody, but it doesn't sound like they shot Ratfink. They're getting a chuckle out of that. They do think that's funny. And Clark has just asked if you would strip to the waist for her.
I sure do.
Awesome.
I take my time.
That is wonderful. I mean, if you want to seduce Clark, this is an excellent avenue towards that.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Let's see how that goes.
All right.
Roll plus hot, please.
All right, a 10. Oh, no, a 3. Not a 3. A 7. Blah. Sorry, something went from 6 to 3, and I was like, what?
Okay, a 7. Awesome. So, when you try to seduce, manipulate, bluff, fast talk, or lie to someone, tell them what you want them to do and give them a reason. So, is there a thing you want out of this? Because I like going to a roll, but I don't. If there's not a thing you're trying to get out of her right now, seems like there might be, but I want to make sure.
Honestly, I've been sort of playing this by the seat of my pants. I know that this is something Grace would be 100% willing to do just to get leverage or an angle or maybe some immediate benefit.
Awesome. If you want to say that what you want from her is her trust.
I think what Grace is really thinking about is where she's going to be waking up in the morning. I think that's her main angle. And so is waking up in the garage a good thing? I'm trying not to get kicked out for the night, I think.
Yeah, with 7 to 9, as long as you're willing to be agreeable to Clark's advances and you're willing to sleep in the pile, then yeah, you've got that. You got it, no problem.
Sure.
Cool. And of course, you have to ignore that, you know, a couple of them may have shot and possibly killed the bodyguard of an associate or ally or another guy, you know, who does radio stuff. But that's
he's a guy who I know who does radio stuff. I don't know. Alex, do you want me to come help you in some fashion? Or Jen, sorry. You're dudes with beards. You're all the same. I'm sorry.
You tell us apart from the top half of the head.
I think at the moment, I mostly need a doctor. I think so.
Yeah,
you can have your fun.
Longshot has you covered, really.
Yeah.
Could have used you earlier.
Yeah, you could have used me earlier. That would have been nice, but unfortunately, it was not meant to be.
All right, cool. So we're going to cut away from the candy bar garage. We'll bounce back to Father Son in just a minute. I just want to see when Longshot, you come running into Junkrat Radio to see Brick's leg. What do you know about medicine, Radfink? Like, have you tourniqueted him, or you? Like,
no, I'm like trying, like I'm squeezing the leg and trying to keep the blood in, but like it's and I haven't tourniqueted it, so
your
it's
hands
like,
are sticky with blood.
Yep.
And he keeps trying to move, right, and that just makes it worse. He's in so much pain. He's almost delirious.
Oh wow, he's still conscious.
He's semi-conscious. He's in shock. Not that you know exactly
No.
what that means, but he's awake and occasionally he'll twitch. Longshot, you come into this. I say maybe you run into Deb on your way, and then she'll run and guide you back, right? She sees you. And that's... What do you do?
Yeah, I come in running, and then I see that he's still alive and wiggling, so then I sort of relax, and I take my time getting this stupid seal off of my... I'm like, Dad, help me with this thing. Come on, Jesus. And I sort of scrunch into a corner and kick it.
Thank fuck.
Okay, much better.
Help him! Help him!
Yes. What happened?
They got shot.
Why do people keep getting shot in here? There's like a black lung epidemic around, so I really don't have time
Candy
for that.
bars.
Okay, fine, Jesus. What were you? Why is blood all over? What did you? Oh God! Clean yourself up.
I'm also sort of in shock at the moment, so I'm like just sitting there, like trying to keep the blood in somehow, like pushing my hand against the stump on his leg.
Yeah, well, this is going to be a mess. Deb. I hand Deb my baseball bat that has a bit of like metal coating on the end. And it's like, can you heat this up for me? We're going to need to cauterize his wound.
Sure. Yeah.
Just hold it under like a lighter for a few minutes. It'll be fine. See what we can do. Get it nice and hot though. Nice and hot.
Okay. She gets to work on that.
If I see that he's actually going into shock, I will take out like a bit of the best tranquilizer that I have. It's probably some nitrous oxide out of a whipped cream container. I think that's the best I have. So
all right, give him some whiffits. That sounds good.
I'm very disgruntled. I'm like, this is my best shit, so you better appreciate this.
Yeah, can I help? Can I help? Is there anything you can do?
Why are you still here? And I give him enough nitrous oxide, not to knock him out or make him unconscious, because I like it if he's present, but just to not have him go into shock.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you're spending some stock.
Redfin, could you tear up your shirt so I can tie up the wound with it?
Yeah, done.
Excellent. I do spend some stock.
Okay, cool. So you've got Angel Kit begins play holding 6 stock.
Mm-hmm.
He is 9 o'clock at this point. So you need to roll plus stock spent.
Okay.
On a hit.
Ooh, I've never done that.
Heal him to 6 o'clock.
Wow. Okay. So stock spent. Okay, so I just got to roll, and I have to probably decide beforehand how much stock I want to spend.
You do.
Aw, I'm such a stingy person, though. How much? What is 1 stock? Like a few whiffs of nitrous oxide and some antibiotics. That's at least like 1 stock, right?
Sure, it sure is. It's 1 stock.
That's exactly
one stock for sure.
Target number is 11. Okay, so that's a 7.
Cool.
Perfect.
On a hit, they stabilize and heal to 6 o'clock, and you choose 1 option from the list. Are you looking at the Angel Kit stuff? I can give you the options in chat if you want.
Is that on my Angel sheet?
Oh
yeah, it is. Yeah. Ooh, cool. Yeah. Okay. Oh, there's so many options.
They're awesome. Do you want a minute to think about that? I can bounce.
Yeah. Cut away from me.
So we'll cut away from you. What are you doing during all of this, Rat Fink? You see she
just tore up his shirt.
Just tore up his shirt, tourniquets him a little bit. What are you doing?
I'm basically just trying to help, and I'm panicking, and like Rick is close to my heart. Like this, Rick and Deb are my family, damn it, and I'm not well.
Nice. So Rat Fink will sell out schlubs like Paul Mall any day of the week, but these guys are your family, right? This is important to you.
Yes.
So when Deb, whose hair is disheveled and she's been crying and like snot crying, like the really not
Ugly
movie cry, but like the cry that people do when they lose their shit. And she hands that cauterized, that heated bat to cauterize the wound. You hear the sizzle of it. It smells a little bit like bacon, which is not an emotion that you need right now.
No.
It smells so good.
So we're going to cut away from you guys to father-son, who, with the violating hand, has grabbed Payday, who said, "I hate you," because he failed to assure her of his ability or desire or interest at all to create babies with her.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I have to put a command into her.
I guess so. Why don't you roll plus weird? You're like a planter, just like sowing all kinds of seeds.
10.
Is that a 10? You say a 10? Payday is so yours. Just such a bummer for her. Wait. I see a +2 on weird, and you rolled a 7, so that looks like a 9 to me.
+2, and I got. Oh yeah, you're right, 9.
Okay, still a hit.
And I can still.
Indubitably a hit.
I just can't do anything extra. I can still.
It's
do
just
it
enough holds. Right now, you could give her a +1 harm AP, but she. Do they know it? Like, is this a thing where they only feel it after it fires? This is your choice. Do they feel cold? Like, can I grip their mind like a Darth Vader thing? Like, I have your brain in my hand thing. Or is it a thing where it's a strong compulsion, but they won't know that it's going to hurt a lot until you fire it?
I think it is a bit dependent on strength of will of the person.
Okay. Sort of payday. Does she know?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think that's probably why I didn't. When I was riding on Grace's bike, why I kind of refrained, because
You mean Clark's?
Clark's, yeah, sorry.
Okay,
Clark's.
cool. All right, so you grab her hand. She doesn't open the door. It's like a metal fire door. You feel pretty comfortable here. It's like a supply closet.
Yeah.
She thought you guys were going to have sex, so she needed privacy. She turns around. There's a little bit of hope in her eyes. Like, hey, this worked. What do you do?
We had sex, and you'll kill her tonight when they sleep.
Okay.
I let it go.
She opens the door and she heads back out to the crowd. Do you stay in the closet or you come out to join the candy bars?
I kind of peek out and see if anyone's paying attention. Looks like any attention is in this direction.
So, no, actually, it turns out that Grace is putting on a little bit of a show, and it's got a lot of the girls' attention. They're hooting. This is an occasion. They've turned off Junkrat Radio because it got fucking boring, and they've put on some music. What music is playing, Grace? It got boring. There's like crying and blubbering, and there was a sound of sizzling meat, which was good, but then they just switched it off. What music is playing as you dance with Clark? Alcohol is starting to flow. What's going on?
All right. This link's just for Rich. Go ahead.
It's like a giant bag of popcorn.
Oh shit, that is not the link that I wanted to give.
Okay, I was like, this is a non sequitur, but still like it.
Yeah, I know.
Let the Good Times Roll by Harry Nilsson. That is awesome.
So there you go.
That's adorable.
Comedy gift from me to you. Now, tattoos are gear, aren't they?
Tattoos?
Yeah, aren't they? Aren't they something
ink?
that yeah, cool ink.
Oh, I thought that was just fashion suitable to your look.
All right, well, if it's just fashion, then I have some.
Nice. What do you got?
Let's see. It's actually this full back deal with a little bit pooling over my shoulders. And it's like this dark, hot lightning, full-on tremendous storm with people like these impressionistic watercolor style humans being blown around in the chaos. And like fucking purple and blue lightning and like little peaks of blue sky, but mostly it's that dark cloudiness.
Nice.
And this sort of whirling, churning chaos.
That is amazing, and I'm so glad that we didn't make you waste a gear slot for so much coolness, because you need to be able to have more ink every once in a while.
Every once in a while. But yeah, no, I'm doing a little striptease and flirting with Clark and the girls and having fun.
It's good. It's playful. Like for a bunch of hardened killers, where they flip the switch and the alcohol comes out and the right music happens, they have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Does Grace have a good time? Do we see hints of a smile on Grace's face? Does she feel comfortable here?
Grace is never comfortable. But she's smiling and she is having a good time. But
guard isn't down. Gotcha.
The guard isn't down. The eyes are on the door.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool. When Father-Son comes out, some of the girls make way, but none of them really make a play for you. Either Payday's had a word with them, or they're really not interested. I mean, you've heard things from the candy bars like, what's a man good for? A lot of that kind of stuff.
Mm.
They usually only refer to men by how attractive or unattractive they are.
Yeah. Where's Abba Zaba?
Abba Zaba is on the couch. She is currently braiding one of the prospects' hair. Prospects don't get a name. They're just prospects, and occasionally they might be numbered. You gotta earn your name.
May I sit?
Sure. She pats the shoulder of the prospect, and she gets up and moves out of the way so you can have a seat. She offers you a swig off of her bottle of hooch that she was kind of had propped up as she was sitting there, like holding it with her thighs as she hands that to you, see if you'll take any. What do you do?
I take a sip. Not knowing, they sometimes drink some pretty hard stuff, so
yeah,
it
is hard. It is hard stuff. Like, it's the kind of stuff that will tear up your insides if you have too much of it.
What do you think of the new recruit?
She seems smart, capable. Not much I can teach her. I don't know if she can ride. What do you think? Looks like she's got a new person to ride with her, huh?
I'm okay with Clark being less enamored with me.
That's good. He didn't have much choice in it anyway.
Why aren't you the leader? I mean, you are the leader, but why don't you take the position that's rightfully yours? They do what you say, but you don't. I just don't understand.
She takes a long drink. Clark's heart's in the right place.
But you know better. if you know better, you make people do what you want.
You don't get it. I love these girls, and they love me. And if Clark goes the wrong way, I'll correct it. She's right 9 times out of 10. I can live with the 1 most of the time.
What if the 1 gets you killed?
So what? Are you scared of that? A guy like you go out into the waste, get burnt to fuck? You're scared of dying? Wow. Thought you had more faith in the sun.
Just because I have faith in the sun doesn't mean the sun has its own plans.
Listen. The candy bars are going to outlast me. They stand for something. I'm just a marker on the road.
What do they stand for?
You haven't picked that up.
Can I get a read on it?
Yeah. Read a person. Roll plus sharp.
Don't have any bonuses.
Your sharp is flat. Yeah, you don't have a minus on that one.
7.
7, you hold 1. I need to memorize the page number on the basic ref book. I used to have it memorized on
27.
first edition. There we go.
What does she wish I'd do? I'm kind of trying to get a feeling if there's a kind of any reciprocal.
She still hasn't figured out why you're here. You haven't made any obvious plays. She's picked up more from this conversation than anything previous.
Yeah.
What she wishes you would do is you're a man, so there's not much you can do. But what she wishes you would do is either fall in line or GTFO. But dancing around, not committing to anything, pretty soon it's going to piss her off. And with Clark not stepping for you, she's not sure what value you have if you're not going to be committed. If you're not going to support the candy bars, give them all you've got. Just go up onto the roof, pray to the sun when it's here. She's not that interested. Baby monitor, you need to go, man?
Yep. No, it's fine.
Okay.
We come back to the conversation?
Absolutely. So I'm going to come back to long shot. You've got some choices. Do you have an idea? Yeah, you got
Yep.
right?
I only get to pick one. That's a shame. I pick predictably. They're at your complete mercy. What do you do to them?
Oh, that's appropriate.
Yeah.
I mean, it totally fits. What do you do to them?
I sign my work. I take a little flechette, like after the cauterizing. During the cauterizing, I try to keep him conscious as much as possible. So if he looks like he's going to flip out, I'll just sort of slap him until he's awake again, and then I'll continue. But after he's finally done cauterizing, and I guess he's free to pass out, then I take a little flechette and I carve out my initials, but like I'll carve them like double-sided, so they actually, they won't scar, they won't heal over. It'll actually be a nice scar, and it just says LS.
Where is this at?
Right above like his knee, I suppose. Like where my work is.
All right, just making sure.
I'm an artist. What can I say?
It's that's lovely. That was well worth the wait. I did not see that coming.
Stone cold.
Rat think he is finally passed out. He's no longer bleeding. The wound's cauterized, cinched off.
Signed.
I just want to throw in a little reminder to Longshot that she has touched my death.
Yeah, I know. Why did I pick Touched by Death? I hate it when people go unconscious. Oh, he's unconscious now. Yes. I will Augurize the shit out of this. I don't know what that does. I've never done an augury before.
Touched by death.
Here.
You have it? Oh, you had it prepared all this time?
Oh, yes.
You're so helpful.
When someone is in your care, unconscious under your care, you can use them for augury.
She didn't have the augury sheet, so I gave it to her.
Yes. When you are able to use something for augury, roll weird. On a hit, you can choose one. Nice.
Is that under the Savvy head?
No, it's a
peripheral
basic
moves.
move. Well, a peripheral move.
So it's probably all the way in back.
Yeah, my PDF readers decided to freak out on me, so I'm closing it and reopening.
Okay. And my plus weird is also -1, so that's great.
Yes. That'll be interesting.
Feels good.
I already roll. Oh yeah, I have a 4. -1 is a 3. Woo!
Awesome.
Do I get XP for that? No, I wouldn't know the results.
No, it's not XP on a fail. It's just a delicious move from me.
Also, you didn't have it highlighted.
No, I know. I just wanted to do this. I think my way of augury also is saying, well, I'll need to take a blood sample and I'll just like make a cut and let the blood drop onto my hands.
God, that's amazing and gross. I love it.
I love being a doctor. They let you do whatever the fuck you want.
Is true. It is true.
Second best thing to having a magical mind controlling glove. Damn it.
Oh my gosh.
I
So
want
much
that
use out of
glove.
that.
I know.
Cool. I'm gonna give me. Hold on a sec.
You can count if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut. We're gonna jump back to find a nice landing spot for Grace because Jen will not be joining us for our third session.
Right.
Although I'm having a lot of good time, so maybe the third session isn't the last session. We'll talk about that later. So, are you good if we skip a little bit of time?
Sure, yeah.
Sweet. Do you end up in the center of the pile, on the edges of the pile? Where's it that you get to sleep? Seems to be completely your choice.
God, there's something really luxurious about being surrounded by warm bodies.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to debate with myself a lot. What do I think is safest? You know? Because if somebody wants to get to me, they have to go through a lot of other people. But then again, everybody who's sleeping here is in, and therefore get allowed in and out. I think I'm going to sleep in the center no matter what.
Cool. You get to sleep in the center with Clark. The two of you were intimate. As a battle babe, that means that your sex move
Cancels
nothing
theirs
happens.
out. Nothing
That's
happens.
right.
Oh, sad sex move.
I know. It's not my favorite. But that's okay.
Like, I kind of, yeah, I do kind of hate it. I do also kind of like it because it does mean that there's no consequences to the sex that you have.
It's incredibly appropriate for how you're portraying Grace. Like, it is absolutely the sex move that fits Grace. I've seen other battle babes that wasn't necessarily that way, but I get it.
Yeah,
I get
yeah,
it. It makes me
no.
sad, but I get it. It's like, I also get it. The vampire sex move and monster are the same way. I'm like, I get it, but I don't love it.
Right, yeah. No, it's a little weak. But yeah.
Cool.
So
and you, father son, you're not invited to the pile, but you can crash somewhere in the garage if you choose. Do you choose, or do you go off and find your own place?
I think I try and Abu Zab. What's that it said? Abu Zaba. I try and like after that conversation, I'm like, I think I'm like skulking around, brooding a bit. But like before she goes down for the night, I try and corner her, well, not corner her, but find a moment to talk to her.
Cool. All right. Yeah, so it's wee hours. Music's off at this point. A lot of the candy bars have gone to sleep. And you find Abba Zaba. We'll say that Abba's got one of the doors open. She's smoking. She's kind of leaned against the door jamb and looking off. The rain has started to abate. Like it's just sprinkles now. She hands you the cigarette.
Right. Take it and like I can have a look at the fire. And hand it back.
Takes it. Well,
up at 10 once. To disband the candy bars, kill the candy bars, something.
can you blame the little fucker?
Can't imagine I'm the only one he sent.
Well, what are you going to do? She hands you this cigarette again.
That could be useful.
You could. What do you want? Food? Place to sleep? Doesn't seem good enough for you. Let's not bullshit each other anymore.
I want power. I thought up at 10 was the best route. Maybe he's not.
Well, the problem is, you've got a dick. If you're willing to lose it, I can get you in.
Okay. It's not much of one. It's hardly a bother.
All right.
As in, it doesn't need to be gone.
Oh, okay. Oh. That limits your options.
I am not saying I need to be a candy bar. But, you know, I can pick sides.
Tell you what, father, son. I'm sure the candy bars could get some religion. Maybe you have a nice little church.
Maybe I could.
Who else is after us? Who else is here? I vetted these girls. I feel pretty good about it. But I'm not stupid enough to know that mistakes happen. You tell me who else Upper 10 sent after us. I'll look you up. Church.
I don't know. But finding out, I'm good at finding out things.
You figured me out. You got yourself a week. And then things get uncomfortable.
I like comfortable.
And then a shot rings out in the garage, followed by 2 more shots, very quick. And then the click, 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 click of a revolver with no more rounds in the chamber.
In my head, I'm definitely thinking, I should have said quietly.
And that's where we'll end our session.
Delightful.
Woo!
Cool. All right. We've got some end of session stuff. And then, of course, I love to do our roses and thorns. So at the end of every session, I get to ask you, who knows you better? Because we'll be talking about HX. So we will start off with Grace. Grace, who knows you better?
Huh. Damn. You know, I think I have to say that Father Son knows me better because Ratfink and Longshot left before I stone cold murdered that dude.
Yep.
Yep, totally fair.
Yeah.
Longshot, who knows you better?
I don't have to be Ratfink, who's seen my medical operations by now.
And he knows your sign.
True professional.
Oh, my. Then Father Son, who knows you better?
Wait a second, I just quickly, I had a brain fart and couldn't remember if I had changed my stat. And it was, yes. So, I roll over. Oh.
You
Ooh.
roll over on Grace?
On Grace,
Yep.
Yeah, you get to ask her a question. Jane gets to go out on a question.
and she gets an XP. I get XP? I get XP.
You get the XP,
You get the
Yeah.
which means you level. You get an advance. Ding.
Wow,
Oh,
look at
question.
that.
Okay, that's a follow on quick question. Yes, who knows me better? I'm gonna say Ratfink.
Well,
Awesome. And then Ratfink, who knows you better?
long shots. She's seen me. She's seen my weakness.
Yeah.
That's right. The one person, the people you won't rat out. I was very happy to learn that. Awesome. So you've got a question. Any question, Father Son? Normally we would let you have some time, but since Jen is going to be underneath PAX Unplugged next week, you'll need to ask it during this session. We will buy you a little bit of time by going ahead and doing roses and thorns, and I'll skip you for a little bit. Roses and thorns. You guys know the deal. Love to get some feedback as we talk a little bit of our after chat for the games. We'll lead off with Jen. Jen, what thorns do you have for today's session?
I can't really think of anything. Honestly,
No, that doesn't fly. You have to make something up or Rich will not be satisfied.
I have to make something up. God.
Make it half-hearted.
Like
We do
that.
it every time. Just think of something.
Think of a compliment and then try and make it backhanded.
Yeah, you need to do like
That's the
imagine
best
a job
way.
and they ask for your weaknesses and you say, well, I work too hard, you know.
Yeah, I mean.
You can say the session was too short. That's a good one.
Oh, you said that one before. All of your secrets are unveiled to me now.
All right. Well, goodness. This was a hard session for Radfink. I'm glad that we got to see a little bit more of his operation, but yeah.
Ouch.
You know what, Thorn? I haven't had any sort of snarky conversation with Ratfink, and Ratfink hasn't gotten to use no bullshit on anybody yet.
Not once. That's a good one. That's
So
a
there.
good one.
There.
Great.
Thorn.
We forced you, and you came up with a real Thorn. That was really good. Good job, Jen.
Hashtag effort.
It was worth the wait. Jules, what thorns do you have for today's session?
It was
why
the
is
session
Kiri
was
like
too short.
Dang it. Hashtag hardly trying. No.
It was a good session. Yeah, it was nice that we started off with everyone together, but we don't have that much in common yet, so that we'll probably have been better later.
That was awkward, but I really liked it because it was awkward.
That was my only thorn so far.
Yeah, I get you. There was a point where I kept I had this like instinct of like I should jump in with a thing. I'm gonna jump in with a thing, and I kept holding back. Like, let's let this we'll let the awkwardness go for a little bit. See what teases out, see what they want to do. And there was a point where I said, "What do you do?" And everyone was like stymied, like, "Wait, are you gonna call on somebody?" Because I was like, "Shit."
Me?
I think the awkwardness,
That thing you specifically tell new GMs to not do, you did.
I 100% do that. Yes, you're right. I absolutely did it. It was as successful as you would expect, which is not at all.
I think awkwardness did actually start generating.
We need to have a stat for it.
But anyway.
Jan, what about you? What thorns did you have?
Well, I have to. I'm sort of going to copy here. I think it was too short because I would have loved to have a bit of an outro there with Longshot. But I was like, it's more important that she gets to use her augury move because otherwise we'll definitely forget about it. And this is the only time when she actually can. So it's like trying to get that in there and like, shit, now we didn't get to have a bit of talk. But I'm saving that for next session. So
yes. Yeah, we can open up with that, and then I'll seed in the augury so we can kind of layer the two together. I think that's really good feedback.
I mean, Longshot likes to stay the night so she can listen to like their painful moans all night. So it's fine. Plenty of quality time to be had.
Longshot is the worst.
I am the worst. Have you seen the rest of these people?
Okay, you're all terrible.
You love us anyway.
Yes, with all of my wicked heart. Father, son, a.k.a. Alex.
I'm sure you think of a thorn, but I have a question.
Okay.
Why is Grace so emotionally invested in this vault, finding a vault?
What?
Uh-huh.
They're all over the
Is that my question? Is that
Yeah, it's yours.
Question.
It's the rollover question.
That's the rollover question. Should I answer it now, or should I wait for Roses to be done?
Do you need time to think about it?
I do need time to think about it.
Okay,
right.
good.
Okay.
So now give us a thorn, Alex.
No one escapes.
I didn't get to violate as many people. I don't know.
You got to violate many people. I'm so jealous.
Running out of NPCs for you to violate. Jeez.
Apart from the beginning, didn't get to have the scenes with other characters, other players.
Yeah.
I think I don't think of it at the beginning when it was happening, but I think I like what Jules said about it would have been cool to have that meet of all the characters a little bit later. Since, yeah. Yep.
Very good point. All right, and my thorn is that I'm bummed that the muting back and forth, Jan and Jules, like the Hangout toolbox isn't doing that anymore. So we had a lot of bleed over of sound. It's a bummer, technical thing.
Sorry.
And then the whirring steampunk engine thing on Alex. We had a couple little minor.
Did that come back or did that?
I think it's that now.
Yeah, but when you talked, it was fine. It was just those quiet moments when you weren't talking, I'd be like, mute Alex. But I'm a nitpicky motherfucker. So we go to roses. Jen, what roses did you have from the session?
I think that you did a really good job jumping from action to action and having those cliffhang points leaned over precariously. So I felt like there was a lot of good momentum once we got out of that initial little gyre.
It took a little bit for us to spin
of awkward, which I'm okay with. Like I'm okay that we were there.
Good.
Sort of.
Any others, Jen?
Any other really good things? It was fun to see some, good character notes from everybody this session. I think everybody got to really show who their character was. And so that was great to see.
Yep, I agree. Awesome. Then let's bounce over to Jules. What roses did you have? Or did you give them all out during Thorns?
So passive aggressive. All I do is sit around and compliment you, Rich.
I know. I'm so bad about this.
You really brought the pain. It was really good. It was nice. Everyone was like, everything was like a lot harder this session, and it was really nice. Also, excellent cutting, especially like Alex and Jen played hard as fuck. I thought really went in there. Yeah. Oh man. That was harsh. I was like, I'm playing a pretty evil character, I'm pretty sure. And I was like, no, I'm like the nicest person in this party, which is scary. So that was all really cool. This was like, usually it's like later in like the sessions that it clicks together, but I felt it already clicked together really good right now in the second session. And my character, I'm really looking forward to spending some time at Longshot because, he seems to be the other person who's even better at dominating people than I am. So I want some of that. Oh, that's true. Man, that's persuading people. I want to.
You said Longshot, though.
Oh, sorry. I meant father-son.
Nice. Yeah. You and Longshot and father-son seem like the buddy cop drama we never wanted.
You want it. We can make you want it. So.
Yeah.
Handlebars and glove.
Oh my! I can totally see it now, like the glove hanging on the bar. That's the movie poster of our dreams and nightmares. That's great.
Good cop, glove cop.
Oh, wow. Dr. Tom just popped up to give a thumbs up to that one there. All right. Jan, what roses did you have?
I'm just going to echo again. The pain thing, especially for Red Fink, was like when you said like, yeah, no, go over to the studio, and I was like already like, oh fuck, and then there was like two entire scenes between, and I was like, and then like the choice between them, and then I was like, no, I can't make that choice. Just no, go back to cutting the head of the bunny. It's fine. Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad. I was so nervous when I was like, no, they're going to shoot his leg off. Like,
yeah, that was good.
That was okay.
Thank you for shooting his leg off.
Welcome. There are lots of legs around. Prosthetics all around. Okay. And then last but not least, Alex, what roses did you have?
Yeah, the raising the stakes with that shotgun was like, okay, we really need to watch out for misses or batches. I like that kind of tension that got brought. Also, I really liked the little add-on questions that you added into my love letter at the bottom. Like really kind of gave me like, okay, I've got this person I can. Okay, now I know how I can manipulate this person. Okay, now I know why I might become a bit more attached to the candy bars because of this, and also, ooh, I get a goal. It was like just nice little things. I like, yeah.
Thank you.
Kind of gave me some kind of like direction in both emotionally and kind of manipulating ways. Yeah, I really like that.
I liked Abba Zaba, by the way.
Okay.
I didn't want to get out of this without saying so.
Cool.
Yeah. I like that cat.
So I'm clear, what is it about Abba Zaba that stands out?
She just seems like this mature, no bullshit person.
She's got her shit together, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
She
like
doesn't need to show the power. She just has it.
yeah.
Unlike everyone else who is always trying to try and show how good they are, how much power they have, and all going like, yeah.
She's pretty smart.
Yeah.
We're all choking people and mind controlling and
We're not smart.
And broadcasting.
scratching our names in people's flesh.
So
normal stuff.
Oh, Alex, did you have any more roses before I stomp?
I like the fact that I thought I would be the worst character in the group, and now I'm not totally sure of that. And the fact that it's the Doctor that might be run. He's amazing.
Oh, it's so good.
It's funny that everyone's going like, well, now I can see that I'm not the worst character. Someone else is, and that's all. Everyone's pointing at someone else.
Yeah. I mean, I started to add a little bit of emotion into like, you're still evil.
I have a bunch of roses to hand out. Just a general rose. I love that we got to see what Ratfink really cares about. Like, that was an important moment for me, because earlier in the session, in the previous session, I thought you named him Ratfink like, oh, that's just a name, but no, he's a serious Ratfink. Like, he will rat anybody out.
He's a fucking rat, of course.
And that's neat. I have not seen many people play the News, and I always think of the News as kind of a right fighter, left wingy, wing nutty, gonzo journalist type. Like, that's just what I've seen, right? So it's neat to see Ratfink in how you approach the News, and I like him. Like,
I like the moves rally to the cause as really like, no, that's my cause, and I want you guys to do it.
Yeah, it's interesting, and it's cool to see someone interpret the cause in such a interestingly selfish way. So, but juxtaposing that with, no, this is his family. Like, he is all in on these two.
Oh yeah,
it's great.
The Candy Mars have made an enemy.
and it makes me feel like I've short shrifted Deb. Like, I need to flesh her out. That Ratfink cares this much about her. Like, she needs to be important, and so that's a thing that, like, goalposts for me as an MC. Like, I need to beef up who Deb and what she's about. How has she earned so much from Ratfink? So that was really cool. Alex, the father-son conversations with Abba Zaba were just phenomenal. Like, just jaw-dropping, watching the way he would question her and question the world and question himself. And again, like, there's such a flip from how he interacts with Miles and how he interacted with Payday. And, like, he has these strata for people, and the way he engaged with Abba Zaba was...
Yeah, I definitely thought of it. It was like, it's like, yeah, she's got power. The act or the persona doesn't have to be kind of so strong.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. I really enjoyed Father Son's stuff. Grace, wow, you shocked me. I don't get shocked awesome, but the chain and choke him out, like, that was amazing, and it was just so brutal. And then, and then you
just
like,
just sudden and quiet. Like, God chose him to die.
Yeah. Like, just
or
the
you
angel of death. And then the reaction to Clark, like, okay, you've got your 15 minutes of fame. What are you going to do with it? And the way she rolled with it and how confident Grace is, she's just straight out of a spaghetti western in all the best ways. I really like Grace.
Great, cool.
Great session. Longshot, just wow. She's like McCoy, but post-apocalyptic McCoy, which is wow. She's so viciously mean. Oh, and she's
What's the Battlestar Galactica doctor?
Oh yeah, that doctor was
Always
pretty cool
smoking
too.
all the time.
Yeah, that guy did not give a fuck. And just letting Miles go save somebody else, like that was neat. Not even giving a warning to Upper 10. Hey, this guy might be heading you so much trouble. I love how much trouble this world is in, and you guys existing in it is really fun.
Oh, can I just one last rose, which was just the shit that Ratfink brought on himself with that, like.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
With his,
Thank you.
or just the grenade he threw into the room with that radio broadcast.
And I was so happy that you chose that and failed. So I didn't feel like
Oh, yeah, me too.
yeah, that like if you'd succeeded, I would have felt more guilty about that moment of them kind of coming
No, I had that coming. I was very happy with that film and the results of it.
It was kismet. It was like perfectly timed.
Yes.
Yeah, it was good. It was good stuff. Awesome. So all we've got left then is question and answer, or the answer to the question for Jen. So next, let's talk real quick while we're killing some time. You guys are not opposed to the possibility of continuing Junk World a little bit further into December. So we have American Thanksgiving that is coming up. So
we're away from for American Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Oh,
so the
and then we're in
26th,
Amsterdam.
the third, how is the 3rd of December?
Also not good.
The 10th of December?
Also not good. 17th is the next one.
Okay.
That we
So the
can-
17th.
17th is
And then
So
the 24th.
that's when you plans to play the farm.
Yes.
yeah, I may kick the farm and just do more junk. Alex, the 26th, 3rd, and the 26th of November, what is your schedule like? Because we may just play something in the intervening weeks, possibly. How does the 26th of November look for you? You're muted.
Muted.
I saw a hand gesture that did not look very like it's very good for you.
Still
You're
muted.
still muted.
Yeah, sorry. Couldn't you get it from my just hand wave? Yeah, I'm good until the 17th of
Okay, cool. So
December.
26th, 3rd, and 10th, I could schedule something else.
17th, yeah. Anyone was around.
Awesome. Good deal. And I'm not going to schedule anything on the 24th or 31st, even though I probably could sneak in a game. I'm going to just spend it with family.
I'm not going to be around there.
Actually, the 17th May, I just realized the 17th May not happen. Sorry. But we're closing on a house and on the 12th.
Nope.
And we'll be moving in that weekend. So
Congratulations.
I don't know if I'll have internet. Thank you. I don't know if I'll have internet. I should. Oh, you think it'd be on? Oh, okay. 10th. Okay, so 10th might be a possibility. So we possibly the 10th, but would be Sans Jules. We'll have to check in and see if Jen's available. We may just do that, and we'll have a long shot dealing with the plague. Plague, black lung.
Up to my elbows in plague.
Yay! Gross.
Better not have plague.
Of course, I still need to. I need to have some scenes with Longshot now.
You know how many people have been touching with that glove? That's not going to go well if you've got
Well,
plague.
then we're just gonna have to hose you down.
Such an answer. Such a waste of water, too. Really, I mean.
Yeah. Well, this is not the water apocalypse. We have water up spout.
It's just filthy.
Yes. Maybe like can cure the black lung and everyone have the century from all the water that we used. We're moving up in this year.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm super excited about New Year and new game, East Texas University Monster of the Week rule set. I'm so excited for this game. It's gonna be fun.
So character generation is going to be a separate session for that?
I'll throw in a. We'll play. I just don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, because I noticed that the first one was.
Yeah, we'll do opening session. I want to sell you guys into the dorms, kind of establish some of that, and I kind of create. I consider that world generation character creation. That's going to take up a full half session. But we'll still have a half session. We'll throw in the mystery for you guys.
Okay, but then I'll try to have a character ready before then, at least.
I mean, if you
don't go past hooks, but if you want to have like playbook sorted out, that would be great.
Do you have an idea of like you want us to be students, all just students?
Yes,
or,
all of you are students. All of you are freshmen.
Okay,
and
cool.
there's a few playbooks that are not allowed because I don't want everybody. We can slide into them and switch to them later, but we're not starting off with them.
Cool. Do you know off the top of your head which ones?
No, not off the top of my head. I had it written on a note card, but I threw it out when I was cleaning.
Or if you throw it in the chat sometime.
Well,
we
talk podcast. I can look it up. I just don't have it.
Yeah.
Easy. I want to hear Jin's answer.
All right, so what do you put in vaults? You know, maybe if people in this area were aware that things were going to go to hell, they'd stash away things that they think are valuable. And for the most part, of course, especially from our perspective, they're fucking wrong. Right? But when I go into vaults, I find things like really neat $50 coins that I want to keep, or packs of cards, or what I'm really after is art. Something that I can cut out of a canvas, roll up, and take to this young sailor I know. Somebody who got me farther away from out east than I would have been able to do on my own 2 feet.
Interesting.
Just
that's good.
This beautiful young man who really likes to draw, and I just like bringing him pretty things.
Well, we got to put a name to that face and interact with that.
Ryan.
At some point. Cool. All right. Well, that will bring our session to a close. We have one more session currently scheduled, but we're looking to get something in December, and I'll check in with Jen after a little bit and see if she's available. Awesome. Thank you all so much. I've had an excellent time exploring the world of junk with you.
We